Live on Radio Jamaica, 2.5 hours of up-to-the-minute news, analysis, features, and sports. Beyond the headlines, covering Jamaica from coast to coast, the Caribbean, and the world. And now...
No new jury trial. Good afternoon, I am Deidre Gordon. Coming up in the news segment of Beyond the Headlines today, Friday, March 13, 2020. Health Minister to update the country on coronavirus cases in Jamaica. Opposition MP wants quarantine period for coronavirus extended. JUTC activates emergency protocol. Coronation Market in downtown Kingston to be closed tomorrow evening for cleaning and sanitization. In business news, Bank of Jamaica announces coronavirus contingency plan. The discussion segment of Beyond the Headlines with Dion Jackson Miller comes up after this newscast. The news segment of Beyond the Headlines is brought to you by Dyka. Put the fire out in your stomach.
All right, guys. So we're just waiting on the. We're following the news this evening. We're starting off different this evening. All right. So we're just waiting on. Give me a second.
For persons with hypertension and for persons with diabetes. Dyka, a leading antacid in the Caribbean.
All right. So we're awaiting. We're awaiting. Let's just take this newscast. Let's take this newscast.
And online at RJR94.
Let's take this newscast.
Health Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton will this evening update the country on coronavirus cases in Jamaica. A media briefing is set to get underway at 6:15 at Jamaica House. We'll have a live broadcast. 8 cases of the coronavirus have been reported in Jamaica. Meanwhile, opposition MP and medical doctor, Dr. Dayton Campbell, is suggesting the government extend the quarantine period for persons with symptoms of the coronavirus from 14 to 21 days. Dr. Campbell was speaking this afternoon on Radio Jamaica's call-in program hotline. He pointed to reports suggesting that persons started showing symptoms after 14 days.
There is an article that is there that they had a case that symptoms showed up on day 90. After the person was released from quarantine, that the symptoms showed up on day 90. And so I think, and you will see that there is some study that suggests that it can go up until 21 days. So I'm saying out of an abundance of caution, because in order to deal with this thing properly, we have to take some tough decisions.
And Dr. Campbell says he's concerned about assertions that persons cannot pass on the virus if they are not showing symptoms.
Contact tracing, something that is critical. I was alarmed when I heard the CMO saying that you're only infectious if you have symptoms, because the literature is clear that you can also pass on the virus without having symptoms. And I wasn't what she was saying. If she was saying that you're not infectious during the incubation period, or if she was saying that somebody who has it outside of the incubation period who is asymptomatic is not infectious. So the statement was alarming.
Opposition MP and physician Dr. Dayton Campbell. In the meantime, Dr. Campbell wants health and life insurance for health workers on the front line of the fight against the coronavirus. Dr. Campbell notes that many doctors do not have insurance coverage.
There is some amount of panic of especially the junior doctors, because the offer that has been made to first responders is for $3,000 per day for them to pretty much put their lives at risk. I'm saying that what I think should be done, even in addition to that, is that you need to look at health insurance and possible life insurance for these persons who are going to be on the front line and endanger themselves as they seek to care for others.
MP Dr. Dayton Campbell. Police Commissioner Major General Anthony Anderson is urging members of the Jamaica Constabulary Force to sanitize their hands and wear protective gear before interacting with the public. His call comes amid 8 cases of the coronavirus being reported in Jamaica.
I encourage you to actually use the masks, the gloves, the sanitizer, the disinfectant spray on a routine, a normal routine of cleaning down surfaces, washing our hands, sanitizing our hands, wearing masks if we think we're going to interact with persons, especially persons who we suspect may have been infected or exposed to the virus.
Police Commissioner Major General Anthony Anderson. Speaking at a media briefing, he said 480 police officers have been trained to interact with persons who may be infected with the coronavirus. The Jamaica Urban Transit Company, JUTC, has activated its emergency protocol, a major part of which is the sanitization of buses. Buses are normally cleaned once per day as part of standard operating procedure. The state-run entity says that this will be amplified as it introduces additional measures to sanitize its buses.
Well, following the confirmation of the COVID-19 case on Tuesday, we have activated our emergency protocol. And so what we've done is to establish and create a schedule for disinfecting buses or depots and our major hubs. Last evening at the Rockport depot, we sanitized over 120 buses. That process continues tonight into tomorrow, where we're going to be doing so for about 250 buses. We will continue the sanitization process and will increase the cycle with which we do so. We have begun placing alcohol and hand sanitizer dispensers at entrance and exits across our operation.
All right, people. Good evening. Good evening. I just thought that this evening we should take a listen to at least one of the major evening news before we get started. All right. We were expecting that the Minister of Health, Dr. Christopher Tufton, he would have gone live now because at first we heard that we were going to get an update at 2 o'clock, and then we heard 4, and now we're hearing 6. All right. It has been a long day here at BOJTV. As you can see in my eyes, I'm very tired. We have been, since the announcement of the first case of the coronavirus, it has us up tracking the news. A lot of persons don't know that we are a correspondent for CVM News, the national news, so we have to gather news on a timely basis apart from our regular production here at BOJTV. All right, so still the big news, as at midnight last night into this morning, 6 new cases of the coronavirus were reported in Jamaica. Persons are suspecting that we will hear that there will be more cases. Everybody is now anticipating the update from the Ministry of Health and Wellness. Persons are fearing that we'll be hearing that there are more cases of the coronavirus. What we are seeing though is that this coronavirus, it has no partiality. This morning we spoke about the Premier, the Canadian Prime Minister, being in quarantine. We heard about Tom Hanks being diagnosed, he himself and his wife, in Australia, right? A number of things are happening. The Ministry of Tourism in Jamaica, they are reporting tourism down for March, uncertainty until next winter season. So the economic fallout is already taking form in Jamaica, and we see here where the Minister of Tourism, the Honorable Edmund Bartlett, he is indicating that the tourism season for March is showing a decline, and there is definitely uncertainty until next year. The judicial system is also being affected. No jury trials for 14 days. And the warrants that the judges have been issued will be stayed for 5 months. So if there was a warrant for you to come to court, and it involved a jury case, those cases have been put off, and it is the warrant will stay for 5 months. All right, so all sectors of the country is being affected. You know, we see where Carnival 2020 is postponed. Carnival 2020 is postponed, and we'll give you some information on that later. It has been postponed to October, and persons who have already purchased their Carnival, Jamaica Carnival tickets should hold on to them. All right. At the Caymanas track, racing will continue tomorrow at Caymanas Park, but without fans or spectators. So persons will be depending on the live feed. So I expect that there will be a rush on the betting houses. Certainly Balaclava OTB in St. Elizabeth will be up and running. So the coronavirus is ripping through every sector of the Jamaican economy. So you see there where the racing track will operate tomorrow without spectators. All right. Let's see what else is trending. Courts has temporarily closed its Crossroad branch over possible coronavirus exposure. All right. This morning, I was asked about what's happening in Western Jamaica. As I told you, that the Minister of Health was assessing things down there, but we do understand that one of the cases would have passed through Montego Bay Airport, and I want to check that. I want to confirm that, right? I want to get some more information on that, all right? But what we do know is that the government is trying to find all the persons who were also on the flight as it relates to patient one and two, all right? And it's I wouldn't say it's chaotic in the supermarkets, but certainly the supermarkets on this Friday, March 13th, Colleen was just reminding me, it's actually Friday the 13th. It is Friday the 13th, all right? And the supermarkets and pharmacies are filled. I gather that there is a rush on the purchasing. The Minister of Finance has said that the retailer industry have indicated that we have enough supplies for 3 months. And I see Colleen here coming in studio. Hi, I'm Colleen. You have anything for us?
One question.
We can't hear you.
Hi everyone. I'm actually coming from the Bank of Nova Scotia in Santa Cruz, and a question was posed to me. Persons who die from this disease, what do they do with the body?
Yeah, there are so many things, and I'm just sorry that we won't be able to be physically present, even though we're going to give you an update of the press conference that will be held with the minister. But that is one of the questions, if we were there today, Colleen, we would pose to him, because that's a serious, Drake is saying burn them.
But even though you have to burn them, but
yeah, so that's one of the questions. I'm gonna see if we can get that question in on the live chat. Also, persons are being reminded that when you feel like you have some symptoms of the coronavirus, don't just rush into the doctor's office or the clinic. Try and call before so that they can prepare themselves for you, or you can take some advisement on what is to happen. All right. I gather also, Colleen, there's some amount of fear. A reporter went into a parish council meeting. I think it was actually in Clarendon, and he was wearing a mask. And the councillors and the mayor, they asked him to leave because they were concerned.
Yeah, that was another concern.
Yeah, it was frightening. It was frightening to them that here is this masked person, and apparently he was. Oh, forget that. Yeah, forgive me that. Right, so the internet feed is going. Colleen, just come. I know you're busy, but give us quickly. You were saying something about down in the town. See if you can give us that update so we can wrap up.
Well, I went to do my normal weekend shopping, and I realized that in the supermarkets, well, throughout the week I've been picking up one or two little things, and I realized that every day I go into the supermarket, there's absolutely no trolley. No, this is a supermarket. Well, it normally have quite a few persons there, but you know, you can sometimes run in and pick up two little things and run out. But every time I go in there, you have a long wait. So I asked the owner, and he says this has been going on since Tuesday.
Okay.
So everybody just like there was no meat, absolutely no meat at all in the supermarket. No, I shouldn't say no meat, but there was no beef.
Limited,
yeah, there was no
chicken.
Chicken was there. No beef, no pork. You have one or two pieces of fish, but the meat shelf was pretty much empty. There is no Dettol. There is no hand sanitizer. The tissue shelf is almost empty. No hydrogen peroxide. You can get a few bottles of the rubbing alcohol. But you know, the most important things, the vitamins, they're still there. Nobody buying up them garlic, them ginger, because those are natural antibiotics.
Anglican churches. All right, guys, we're gonna try to update. We're gonna come back with you after